Healthcare in the US has been a political battleground for decades, despite former President Barack Obama's Affordable Healthcare Act. Costs for treatments are far higher than other developed countries. So now, three of the biggest US companies, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan Chase, are forming a new company that'll take a shot at cutting healthcare costs for their US employees while also improving the quality of their care. Together, the trio of companies employ more than 1 million workers in the US. The new company will not seek to make profits, and it'll provide greater economies of scale, potentially bringing down healthcare costs. Shares in listed healthcare companies took a hit after the announcement. Express Scripts fell nearly 7%, and CVS Health was down 5.5%. Insurers Cigna and Anthem also dropped. So for more on this, our editor-at-large, Craig Peters, joins us from Paris. Hello, Craig. Great to have you, as always. Now, look, this plan is for the US employees of these three giant companies. But what are the implications for US health insurance as a whole?
Nobody knows. I mean, this came out of the blue. You know, we have, economy of scale. We're hearing all these buzzwords. I'm waiting to hear blockchain. Here's what we know. Put aside everything else. You got Amazon, Berkshire, as we pronounce it in America, and JP Morgan, which is the largest bank in the United States by assets. You got Bezos, Buffett, and Jamie Dimon. That's a power troika if there ever was one. And what they have isolated is something that you read in every study on the problem of U.S. healthcare. There are so many silos. You've got the doctors, you've got the drugs, you've got the insurance, that the prices are inflated hugely. If you can shrink those down, the cost of healthcare is going to be cheaper. And that's what they're going to try to do. They said they don't even know how they're going to do this yet, but it's going to be done beta, as they say in the digital world. It's going to be a beta project within these three giant companies managed by three giants of the financial, industrial, and management world.
Craig, you touched on some of the reasons why healthcare in the US is such a mess. I mean, especially compared to so many other countries where universal healthcare is practically a birthright. Why has it been so difficult for the US?
The reason, of course, is money. Everyone along this chain of these three silos I talked about, the doctors, what you call the care, drugs, which is known as provision, and, of course, the insurance, enriches themselves off the other. It's a symbiotic relationship. So if you can shrink that, take some of these players out of the field, the logic is that the cost of being taken care of health, is going to be a lot cheaper. But there's going to be a lot of casualties along the way because a lot of people are employed in big pharma, within the medical management community, and of course, within the insurance industry. So, look, there's one thing here that really points to this very well. One of the things that still hasn't yet been done, as I understand it, in the United States, is the ability for someone in one state to buy insurance in another state. That's the kind of thing that, if it's changed, could cheapen the cost of health care. But right now, to keep all the lobbyists, the drug companies, and everyone else happy, if you're living in South Carolina and you find that there's someone selling health insurance cheaper in Iowa, you're not allowed to buy it.
Joined up thinking then, is this plan going to succeed in doing what it's meant to? And do you think that it could be replicated?
Well, I think we have to be fair here, as we don't know. It's way too early. What we do know is that Bezos, Buffett, and Dimon are going to throw the best minds at it. You know, Dimon has the financing at JP Morgan. Buffett has the management skills through his holding company, Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah.
And if anyone can cut the cost of health insurance, the cost and delivery, lower those prices, it's Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So I say, let's give these guys a break. Let's see what they can do over the next 3 to 4 quarters.
Right.
Good luck to them.
We are going to have to leave it there. Craig Peters in Paris, thank you very much indeed.